Yeah, we are live on Lunch Break Live. Welcome, Julia Novak, extraordinaire, activist, 14 years vegan. What are you making today?
I am making plant-based vegan spaghetti and meatballs with garlic bread.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Okay, well, you got some mushrooms there. I'll let you take it away and go ahead and get started.
All right. So I will briefly go into the ingredients that I'm using. So I have fresh mushrooms, organic. I'm going to be using the Beyond Meatballs. They're my favorite. I have just some regular spaghetti, vegan, of course. I have fresh bread from the grocery store. Pretty easy to check out the ingredients to make sure there's no animal products. A lot of bread doesn't have it unless they add like cheese or something. I have Follow Your Heart Parmesan.
Ooh, yum.
Mayokos, I think I said that right.
Yeah.
Garlic butter.
They have garlic butter now?
It's amazing, so amazing.
Made with oat milk, everybody.
I have this spaghetti sauce, which is my favorite.
Yeah, it says right on it, no dairy. Look at that.
Yeah.
Primal Kitchen, phenomenal.
So I'm going to get started by chopping up some mushrooms.
I love it. So Vegan Game says, hello all. Julie Kofi says, hey, beautiful. Tina and Tom are watching as well. Thank you for joining. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I think, Julie, you look like you could be my sister. You really do. So cute. Yeah. You're coloring. Do you have green eyes? Is that what I see?
Yeah.
My daughter has green, I have brown. My husband has blue. My son has blue. But yum. Wow, says Tina, all the way from England. Did I get that right? I'm trying to remember. Tom is from Chicago. Tell us where you are from, you all. And I just got to say, look at this strong muscle. Here she goes.
Yeah, I'm going to open this because what I'm going to do is this is so easy. It's such an easy dish. I'm always on the go. So I'm vegan for the animals. So this is, easy.
Easy. Nice.
I'm not making everything from scratch, but it's amazing. So.
Well, things, you're moving and shaking. You're doing a lot of activism. And Julia has a 4-year-old son who is also active with her, who's been vegan from birth. Love it. And, she stays busy out there in Virginia Beach, Virginia. I was going to say, do you know where that is, everybody? It's in Virginia. And Vegan Games is from England. And yeah, very cool.
I'm in the UK as well. So I hope to visit the UK soon.
Nice. Okay, so you're just putting them straight in there with the sauce.
I'm just putting them straight in there. I'm turned it a little bit to low. It was a little bit high. And I'm going to open up the meatballs and just throw them in there. And then I'm going to cover this up.
Wait, stop. I have to see these. They're already meatballs? What?
They're already meatballs.
Out here in California yet. Look at this.
Yeah. They're the Beyond Meatballs, the best, I think, in my opinion. I've tried them all.
Look at this, everybody. They're making it so simple for us. This is amazing. Hi, Betty Ann. We are making spaghetti and meatballs. So glad you joined us. If you speak Italian, go ahead and, speak it up. Go right in the chat. Julia's making a very simple recipe because she's a very busy lady raising a 4-year-old and activism. She went vegan for the animals. Tell us a little bit more about that, Julia. Take it away.
Sure. And so I'm just going to cover this up now and let that simmer on low. So yes, I went vegan for the animals 14 years ago. I learned about the horrors of what happens in all of the industries, not just the agriculture industry, but testing and the clothing industry and all of the different ways animals are exploited. And I made the decision one Super Bowl Sunday after learning about everything from my friend Sarah, who was an animal rights activist, that I no longer wanted to be a contributor of that. So I went vegan that night, and I haven't looked back since. I immediately became an animal rights activist, doing outreach, protests, stickering.
Shocktivism.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you were doing. Was it earlier today or was that yesterday?
Yeah, we just got back from the ocean front where we've been chalking up the boardwalk, me and my son, and leaving messages such as food comes from roots and mud, not guts and blood, go vegan.
Wow.
Just simple messages. To get the dirt off your hands, use soap and water. To get the blood off your hands, go vegan. They're bold statements, but they, they draw the attention and make people think a bit. So it stays for a couple of days, unless of course it rains. But I've noticed that it gets a lot of views. And even just today, while I was there, a man came up to me and said, "That's it, no more. I'm going vegan today. I stopped eating red meat 3 years ago when I learned what it did to my body. And after seeing this, that's it. I've made my decision. Thank you." And so the instant gratification doesn't always come, but sometimes it does, and that feels pretty good.
Wow, that is amazing. I love what you're saying. And I'm just thinking about how you incorporating your son. Of course, he's going to love playing with chalk there and using it as an opportunity to, obviously educate him. And then he's educating and empowering others to have information. When I think about it, I would have probably gone vegan earlier had I seen info. I did not get the info and the intel until later, until when I did, So I'm just thinking, I saw Cowspiracy. That was the first film I had seen about anything like this ever. And I was, this was 6 years ago. So I was, that's where I was before I was 50. Wow. I want to tell you that Vegan Game says, I'm going to my first animal activism demo this Saturday. Also, I started releasing my own animal rights videos on my YouTube channel to try to change the norm. Wow, Vegan Games. Amazing. Phenomenal. Thank you for doing that. That's incredible. Also, Julie says she's grabbing her car keys and she's on her way. She's so hungry.
Yeah, good. I have plenty.
Exactly.
So what I did just now is I threw the noodles in because the water started boiling. And then I have cut this bread into semi-thick pieces. I'm a bread lover. Again, I'm vegan for the animals, although it does help with my health. A quick story, when I first went vegan, I had cervical cancer, and I was told that I would never have children and that I needed to get a hysterectomy. And I went vegan, not for my health, but for the animals. Yeah. And I didn't go back to the doctor for a year because I was scared. Mm-hmm. I had to get a lot of biopsies, and it was just a horrible experience. And after a year, I finally got enough courage to go back, and they could not find a trace of the cancer. So 1 year vegan completely reversed my cervical cancer. They said I probably would still never have kids just because of how many biopsies I had, and I have a 5-year-old vegan son. So not only I went vegan to save animals, but they ended up saving me.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so we're going to get back to what you're putting on there. Which dip is this? Is this the
So this is the garlic butter from Meowcos.
Wow, oat milk garlic parm. That is incredible. Yep, there we go. And Betty Ann says, "Wow, your story is such a fantastic story about your experience as vegan games. I'm blown away. We also just want to make sure we're not making any claims here you're just telling your personal story. That's it.
My personal story. No, I was never given medical advice. Of course, they were shocked, but
it's your personal story. We can share our personal stories here. Also, Tom wants everyone to know, please watch Seaspiracy. It's so important. Now, when you were down, you said by the waterfront. Tell us a little bit about, how you bring in Seaspiracy as a message you were saying earlier. Go ahead.
That was me. You're talking.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our second front, and so last Monday we went down there and chalked up the whole ocean front. to encourage people to watch Seaspiracy. So we wrote down facts that were listed in Seaspiracy, as well as watch Seaspiracy on Netflix. They have a bunch of sculptures down there of sea serpents and just large, like a trident. So people are often go down there to take their pictures with them. So we chalked it up all around that area. So all of their pictures will now have the message to watch Seaspiracy. And yeah, one of my girlfriends made a decal for my car that says watch Seaspiracy on Netflix. So every time I drive, the message is out there. The animal activist mentorship that I'm a part of is doing a tour in Florida in just a couple weeks, where their primary focus is going to be on activism for sea life. Yeah.
Can you tell us about the mentorship program? I think that is incredible that you've been a part of that. And also I want to encourage people to be a part of it and to encourage share the message that they can send their friends and family over. But before that, show us what you're sprinkling on top of the oat milk, garlic, and parm butter from Miyoko's. I'm so excited about that.
So I am sprinkling on dairy-free Parmesan by Follow Your Heart. It's my favorite.
Yes, I love that.
And it just comes in like shreds.
Yes, those shreds are good. I eat them right out of the package. And okay, tell us about the mentorship. What's it called and how can people get involved?
Yeah, so it's Animal Activism Mentorship. They're on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube. We do, so basically you can sign up for their free mentorship program. And I'm just gonna pop this in the oven.
All right, so I put it up here, Animal Activism Mentorship. So if you want to be a mentor or you want to send people for mentorship, sometimes it's hard to talk to our own family about some of these things. They may not really listen to us, who knows, or friends. You know those people that are kind of tired of hearing our message, but they might be like, well, I am interested. So you can send them over to this, right? Onto the website.
Yeah, and so it's really for people who want to be more active for the animals, but maybe are feeling discouraged or aren't sure what their full potential can be, or just need a little help or a nudge in the right direction. We meet people where they are and help them become better activists, help them reach their goals of where they want to be, where they can be. And we walk them through step by step. It's a 3-month program that you're paired with a mentee, a mentor, and mentee. They kind of pair you based on what your skills are, what your interests are. So say for me, I do a lot of vigils, outreach, protests. So say if someone was wanting to do more of those things, I would probably be paired with that person. Again, it's totally free. And we also do workshops. I've been a part of a couple workshops in the past couple months. So just for example, one was on vegan companion animals, why that's important and how your companion animals can get everything they need from a plant-based diet. And then another one was on what exploitation really means. And I went specifically into the sexual exploitation of animals. But we have a lot. There's workshops on doing outreach. There's workshops on how to talk to friends and family members, spirituality and veganism. The list goes on, and they're all free, and they're all, you can watch them live or you can watch them later on YouTube.
Love it, love it, love it. Now, we're going to get back to the food here. How long do you cook up those meatballs, and do they stay together? Do they end up staying in little balls?
Yeah, they do. And you don't have to cook them for that long. So I've uncovered it now and just kind of turned it up a little bit. So like between low and medium.
Okay.
The garlic bread takes about 5 minutes, and by the time that's done, these will be done.
And what's the temperature on the garlic bread?
The garlic bread is at 400
for
about 5 to 7 minutes. And if you like it more crispy, leave it in there longer. If not, pull it out there sooner. I mean, none of this stuff is, needs to be, cooked at a certain temperature, or it's going to be, so it's really up to preference. If you want your meatballs a little bit firmer, sometimes I'll throw them in the air fryer and cook the sauce on the side. But I thought this is just the easiest way to do it, is just throw it all together, let it sit, come back, and it's all done. And then it's all the flavors are mixed together.
For sure. And all y'all, I just want you to know, Julia is a brand new, but she knows what she's doing already. Let me tell you. She's an activist. She's not a brand new activist. She's a new contributor with JaneUnChained. So we've been seeing her come live. Last night she was yesterday she was at a vigil for the pigs coming in on the slaughter trucks. Oh, it always just crushes me when I see the little snouts sticking their noses out. They're babies. People don't realize that. Like, some people have a conscience about eating baby cows, calves. Like, I would never. But they don't realize that the pig products that they're eating and the chickens that they're eating are also babies. And the lamb is a baby sheep, So I don't know. It's how do you feel you are reaching people? How do you feel like the most effective way to reach people is? What would you say?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people have not seen inside these industries. They don't know what these animals look like coming on these trucks, or they just don't have to think about it because it's never, they're never faced with it. Most of these trucks come in overnight. Their busiest hour is like 2 or 3 a.m. So it's done while everybody's sleeping and kept out of sight and out of mind. So we try to get people a glimpse inside of this industry so that they can see for themselves just the conditions of these animals. Again, like you said, they're just babies. The most heartbreaking thing for me is, every one of these babies has a mother, and the mothers endure the longest suffering. They're there for years before they're also brought to slaughter. And so, it doesn't matter what age they are. In fact, the older ones suffer the longest and the most heartbreak, having their babies taken time and time again. So I think just bringing awareness, showing people what, they aren't faced with every day, in hopes that they'll change their hearts and mind. I don't know if it works, like Regan Russell said, but I know doing nothing isn't going to do anything. So
right. Well, we're going to get back to the food because Julie has a question. She's asking, do you need to season the meatballs, or are they already seasoned? And could you do us a favor and bring us that pan? Because I'm seeing it over there, wondering, is it bubbling yet? It's probably really heavy, isn't it? So look at how savory, everybody.
So I turned it down because it's pretty much they're pretty much good. The mushrooms are cooked. I like my mushrooms a little harder. But you could also saute them first before throwing everything together if you want softer mushrooms. You don't need to season the meatballs first. They're already seasoned. They are, let me pull up the package again. I guess it doesn't say. They're Italian style, so they're already got the Italian seasoning.
And look at that, 19 grams of protein. And do you take them straight from the freezer, or have you thawed them? You do?
Straight from the freezer. So easy peasy. This takes, literally, we're pretty much done. 15 minutes, you got a full meal. The bread could go for a couple more minutes, but
what are some of the other dishes that you like to make for your son, or your son and you? What are some of the other makes for Westwind?
Westwind's so picky. So I make sure he gets his multivitamin, and we have to be really clever about stuff. So he loves soup. So I will puree all the different vegetables and stuff so that it goes into the broth without him knowing that he's getting these vegetables. It's just and then he loves mac and cheese. So I make mac and cheese from Amy's, the vegan one, but I spice it up with a bunch of nutritional yeast and extra plant milk. And then again, just sometimes I'll just throw some other stuff in the puree, veggie wise, that he doesn't realize he's getting, so that he's getting the nutrition he needs.
Nice.
He's like an all-American diet kid. So,
but yeah, you're sneaking it in. So
Yeah.
tell me some of the sneakers that you can put in there, some veggies that you can get away with. What do you like?
Spinach, lentils, beans, carrots, onions. And again, like if they're not finely pureed, like he will find them and he will take them out and like, what is this?
Right.
It's crazy. But yeah, he loves all the Amy soups. So again, we'll just sneak fresh stuff in there to get him his and Nooch. He is obsessed with nutritional yeast.
Yeah. Cool. What do you see you want to accomplish this year inside of all that you're up to? I'm curious.
Yeah, it's like I want to join more pressure campaigns. Pressure campaigns are where it's at. I see them working time and time again to take down large companies, just like Saks Fifth Avenue. Just stopped selling fur, which is so big. But it's pressure campaigns that make the biggest difference. So I hope to join some existing pressure campaigns or start some new ones, and just really come at this from all angles to get corporations and companies to make some big changes.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's kind of my goal. But everything changes day to day and week to week, and I just kind of plan my protests and events every week, every month, one day at a time. Otherwise, it can be very overwhelming, and I try not to focus too much on, I guess, just anything that can be really overwhelming, because otherwise burnout can happen with activism. So making sure that I don't schedule, too strict of a plan for myself, and then makes it feel like I have all this weight on me. But so yeah, I just kind of take it 1 week, 1 month at a time, and fill up my schedule. And then again, like stuff like today, make sure that there's fun stuff. So chalktivism, stickering, hosting a watch party for these events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How are the noodles doing? I know it's like we're talking deep, and then we go back to the cooking. We go back and forth. I'm so excited to have you.
So I am going to drain the noodles now.
I'm going to drain the noodles.
Me to the sink. My lovely kitchen here.
Cool.
It's the smallest part of my house.
Yeah. Look, this is so exciting to have you. So much fun. We are here on Lunch Break Live, everybody. If you wandered into our kitchen here, we're with Julia Novak, who is from Virginia Beach, Virginia. She has a 5-year-old son. She is activating with all kinds of cool ways and includes her son. Chalktivism is one of them. And you can do that anywhere. You can do it on your own sidewalk and go to a park. Just grab some chalk and go for it, right?
Yeah, any public area.
Any public area. It's not illegal. So you can just start chalking. Make it fun too. Like put some rainbows and some colors and some fish, and then drop the message, right, Julia?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
The done too. So I'm
yeah. Amazing. Hey, Julie Graham is watching with her youngest grandson. Love it.
Hi, Julie.
Yeah, Daya cheese. The Daya mac and cheese is great, Tom. I've had that as well. It's delicious. Make sure you get, always check, flip it around. Daya's a vegan brand, but check and make sure there is no eggs or cheese in your products, everybody. And there's also, like, they sneak it in calling it casein, that milk, and whey. You got to watch out for the whey, because people, brands are sneaking that in too. Look at this. Okay, we're getting ready to plate. This is so exciting. Julia is such an amazing soul. Oh, Julie, that's so sweet. All right, so we have Beyond Meat meatballs going on the plate, everybody. Dun, 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 dun. On the bread is the Miyoko's brand new oat milk parm garlic spread. Oh my gosh. And sprinkled on top is the Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. So listen, you've got 3 incredible staples here to work with, right? Because you can do so many things with each one of those. You can make, meatball sandwich if you want. You're making a spaghetti meatball platter here, plate here. But you can do all kinds of fun things with these, everybody, right? I'm thinking that garlic toast, you can also dip it in crackers, like as a spread, like as a cheese cracker plate with vegetables, right? Veggies. Oh, that looks so good.
Yes, I'm trying to have it not slide off the plate.
And Julie, thank you for your activism as well. She says she protests with Julia and her awesome son in Virginia Beach. Amazing.
Julia
Wow.
is ride or die, folks.
Oh.
How many times I've been like, hey, we're going to go transport an animal 23-hour drive across the country. Are you down? And she's like, I'm there. So she's the most incredible friend, partner to have in this.
Amazing. It's really important to have somebody like that. And you know what? We love all the regulars that come in here because I feel like they come every day, every single day at 12:30. They're here. There are regulars. They're chiming in, they're commenting, and it makes such an impact that we have these regulars. Because I feel like we're now we're a club. We're the Lunch Break Club, Lunch Break Live Club. I love it. What a cute name. We're the Lunch Break Live Club. We should do something with that. Okay, be on the watch for that. Yes, gelatin. Definitely watch for gelatin, which is ground up body parts of animals. All right, everybody. This is so cool. Will you show us the plate one more time, Julia, before we get out? I gotta say that looks scrumptious. Oh my gosh, I definitely got to go find those meatballs, and they do stay together. Look at that. They're intact.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
oh yeah, there it is.
There it is. It's so easy. I mean,
let me tell you,
I hardly did anything, I feel like, and we have this just incredible meal, which is one of my favorites, and it's just took maybe 15 minutes.
Exactly. And look at this, Julia. Please book Julia for more segments. You bet, y'all. And be on the lookout for Julia when she goes live, coming to you live at JaneUnChained.com, JaneUnChained. Be sure to check out the recipes on JaneUnChained.com for Lunch Break Live and more. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We appreciate you. Back to you, Julie, with your parting words.
Yeah, so I would just encourage everyone to obviously, if you're not already vegan, it's so easy. When I went vegan, there was nothing. Boca burgers, that was it. So right now, there's so many options. It's very easy. And anyone who wants to get active for animals, I encourage you to take those first steps. Join AAM, get a mentor. There's so many options. It's not all, shouting in the streets with bullhorns. We meet you at your comfort level and help you get active where you strive. So yeah, yay, thanks for having me on. I don't know if I'm still on, but it does look like I am. So yeah.
Yes, you're still on. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, I muted myself because there was noise. Okay, well, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was saying, be sure to go to JaneUnChained.com, everybody, to see the recipes. Be sure to watch Seaspiracy. There's tons of vegan options now. Thank you again for watching Lunch Break Live, and we'll see you next time. Yeah, exactly. And thanks, Julia. We really appreciate you. So we'll see you again. See you soon. Watch for Julia on JaneUnChained.com, JaneUnChained, and we'll see you next time, everybody, on Lunch Break Live. Bye.